Ever since Jaguar hit the marketplace, it has been offering great, attractive vehicles that stand out on the roadways. Most people don't realize that Jaguar has been a staple in the vehicle manufacturing industry for years. This company started in 1922 when William Lyons and William Walmsley founded Swallow Sidecar Company. Together, they delved into the vehicle market and offered a different take. In 1934, Walmsley opted to leave the company and sold his share of the business to Lyons, who then decided to change the company name to SS Cars Limited. It wasn't until 1935 that the name SS Jaguar was introduced to the marketplace, offering drivers 2.5 liters models known as the SS90 and the SS100. Speed ahead to 1945, and Lyons decided the company name should focus on the luxury sports cars they created. This year, the company's name was changed to Jaguar Cars Limited, as Lyons believed that no other vehicle could be confused with such an attractive and unique vehicle, so it needed a name to stand out. In the early 1950s, the Jaguar name and its models took off and became a sought-after vehicle. During this time, though, Jaguar noticed a shortage in steel, so keeping up with demand was sometimes difficult. In order to ensure the company could stay afloat, they partnered with certain companies that handled steel production and delivery. The models. During the late 1940s, the company focused its production on luxury performance vehicles, a market that was not being tapped. Some of the earliest vehicles included the Jaguar XK120, Jaguar XK140, Jaguar XK150, and classic Jaguar EType. Design Evolution. 80 Years of Jaguar, Part 1. 80 years of the Jaguar name means 80 years of iconic design. We're tracing just a handful of our key design moments from the past 8 decades. Today's Jaguar family wouldn't be the same without them. Part 1 sees the early years of evolution from 1935 until 1959. We start with the very first Jaguar model and travel through to motorsport success and the creation of the pioneering sports saloon segment. 1935, Jaguar springs to life. The first car to bear the Big Cat moniker was the 1935 SS Jaguar 2.5 liters saloon. It was produced under the Swallow Sidecar name. The company first set up under William Lyons and William Walmsley in 1922. The 2.5 liters saloon was one of the most distinctive and beautiful cars of the pre-war era, with its sleek, low-slung design. It needed a new name to reflect these qualities, one that summed up its feline grace and elegance with such a finely tuned balance of power and agility. The Big Cat was chosen, and the SS Jaguar perfectly justified the analogy. Due to the notoriety that the SS name had acquired during the war, the evolution to Jaguar seemed like a natural one and the name became company-wide in 1945. The Jaguar Mark was born. 1948, stealing the show. Designed in just a few short months by William Lyons, the XK120 went on to become an icon. It created not a stir, but a sensation. This was Jaguar's first sports car since the SS100 had ceased production in 1940. With swooping fenders running the length of the car's body, the XK120 was dramatic through and through. The low, flowing lines reflected Lyons' love of motorcycles, and may have drawn on the aircraft design techniques he came to know during wartime. The XK120 also introduced the vertically ribbed oval grille, which became a Jaguar signature over the next 2 decades. The XK120 was both a design exercise and a testbed for the new twin-cam motor, which itself was so successful that it would inform road-going Jaguars for over 40 years. 1951, the purebred racer. CType was undoubtedly one of the most beautiful racing cars of its time, if not of all time. William Lyons shrewdly realized the positive publicity that a purebred Jaguar racer could bring to his fledgling marque, and so work began in 1951. Aerodynamicist Malcolm Sayer was the man behind CType's fluid shape, which channeled his experience from the aircraft industry. Thanks to Sayers' flair for lightweight design, CType also weighed around 25% less than the XK upon which it was based. 1954, breaking new ground. The DType, with its signature tail fin, was the first to use monocoque construction, that is, borrowing techniques from aircraft design. Monocoque construction, still used in motorsport today, was an integral feature of the DType. This entails a central tub in which the driver sits, with the major mechanical components nestled in the front and rear subframes. The fluid shape of the DType was born from many hours in the wind tunnel, adhering to Sayers' principle that form followed function. The oval air intake, the sweeping bonnet, the half-faired rear wheels, the distinctive and stabilizing tail fin, these conspired to make one of the most beautiful competition cars ever produced. 1959, the sports saloon evolves. The Mark II was an evolution for the sporting saloon segment. It took the Mark I, first produced in 1955, and refined the design even further. Inspired by the success of the DType, the Mark II was similarly stiff and had subframe-mounted suspension. It also included the now legendary straight-six engine in 2.4, 3.4 and 3.8 liters. The Mark II demonstrated that William Lyons had lost none of his design deftness. Working from the 1955 Mark I, he replaced the thick metal door frames with slim chrome surrounds and increased the size of the front and rear screens. The interior was light and airy, and ahead of its time. Design Evolution, Part 2. 1960, a true icon. Much like the XK120 before it, when the EType was premiered at the 1961 Geneva Motor Show. It put every rival in the shade. It changed the performance car landscape forever. It perfectly encapsulated the feline grace of the Jaguar name. With its impossibly long and elegant bonnet and sleek monocoque design, EType embodied beautiful form with impressive function. And, with a 3.8-litre straight-six engine, its performance matched its looks. The all-aluminium lightweight EType was the race-specific version, of which only 12 were built with an original 18 planned. These became legend, one that was revived in 2014 with the production of the missing 6. 1968, the start of a lineage. The Jaguar XJ6 was the last car designed by Sir William Lyons and was testament to his bold touch. He was clearly proud of his design, and even appeared in the advertising campaign professing the XJ6 as the greatest Jaguar ever. The body shape of the XJ6 was a Lyons masterstroke, and in an era where other cars were starting to lose their character, the Jaguar identity clearly shone through. The XJ6's effects are still being felt today. 1975, replacing an icon. The task of replacing the iconic EType fell to Malcolm Sayer. His XJS was even more aerodynamic than its predecessor, thanks to its flying buttress C-pillars and concave rear window. New safety regulations meant there was a need to move away from the free and easy spirit of the 1960s EType. But it still channeled luxury and embodied the bold Jaguar outlook. The XJS also debuted the third all-original Jaguar engine, with a new straight-six 3.6-litre beneath the bonnet. The V12 engine, itself updated, added to the design's air of luxury, but revealed its sporting potential too. 1996, the fastest-selling sports car. Just as the XK120 introduced the world to the Jaguar straight-six engine, the XK8 introduced the first-ever Jaguar V8. Its design took inspiration from the iconic Jaguars of the past. Though now under Ford ownership, it was fitting that the plans chosen for the new Jaguar sports car were those of Jeff Lawson and the Jaguar design team. This heritage is clear in the design, which blends past Jaguar faces into a sleek shape that met all the modern requirements of space, safety and luxury. The XK8 went on to become the fastest-selling sports car in Jaguar's history at the time. Design Evolution, Part 3. 2006, a new design direction. The 2006 XK was the first new Jaguar of the millennium, and the first designed under the aegis of Ian Callum. From the echoes of the Jaguar EType in the grille and rear lights, to its innovative aluminium monocoque construction, the references to the great past Jaguars are there. But the XK is clearly a product of the 21st century. It was elegance, redefined with deft touch. 2007, breaking the mold. The Jaguar XF infused the refinement of the saloon with the excitement of a sports car. Its design broke the mold, with a crouched stance that hinted at its explosive power even when at rest. The Mark II had created the sporting saloon sector, and the XF was a worthy continuation of this design innovation. This was the first car designed from scratch under Ian Callum. Replacing the S-Type, the XF was evolved Jaguar into a 21st century manufacturer. Old and new came together to produce design that turned heads. The sportiness from the low roof and the slightly high beltline combined effortlessly with the recognizable grille of the original XJ. 2010, redefining luxury. The XJ is a constant in the Jaguar lineup, but here it made a clean break from its recent past. This was a design that aimed to get back to the exciting outlook of 1968. There are the nods to the XJ6 with the exaggerated grille and the power bulge in the bonnet. Callum sees these as a visual influence from the past, reinvented in a very modern way. The XJ carries the same striking sense of drama from the 1960s, combined with unparalleled luxury and cutting-edge technology. Now in its 10th iteration, the 2016 model year XJ continues to redefine luxury. 2014, a new edition. The Z redefined the sports saloon, and changed the face of Jaguar forever. The design couples outstanding aerodynamics with exciting, compact proportions, built on the foundation of cutting-edge aluminium-intensive architecture. This focus on functional yet beautiful design makes the Z a driver's car. Malcolm Sayers' mantra of form following function is clearly present with Z, a stunning car with performance to match. 2016, the first performance SUV. The FPace opens a new chapter in Jaguar design history as the first of our performance SUVs. Continuing the tradition of redefining segments, the creation of FPace is a step change which demonstrates that Jaguar design innovation is alive and well. The design of the FPace draws on the F-Type, with its sleek exterior lines combined with spacious interior. Ian Callum set out to design a Jaguar with the dimensions of an SUV, rather than making the Jaguar spirit fit into a predetermined mold. This allowed the influence of F-Type to be reflected within FPace's design. Grace, space and pace, that's what FPace delivers.